Hey, whoop. So late? It's only 2:30 in the morning. It's only 2:30 a.m. That's not late. Hey, Chef Pondu. Technically, that's early. Hey, Mary. Is 2:30 a.m. late or is it early? Depends on your point of view, I suppose. Anyway, I'm not going to bed until like 8 in the morning, so 11:30 p.m. here in AZ. Oh, Arizona, yeah. That is Arizona, okay. For some reason, I thought you said 11:30 a.m. Yeah. That makes more sense. Scared because it's dark and I'm alone. It would be cruel of me to just end the stream right there where when you said it was dark and you're alone. Hey, Val. That would be mean of me. Hey, Squishy Granny. Favorite turkey died? Aw. Good news? You got yourself dinner. You got yourself a nice dinner then, Val. Cornelius. Hey, Troll Police. Looking for other jobs? What'd I do today? I worked. Oh, I did not know of him. No. Speaking of turkey, I have no idea if I'm actually going to be able to have turkey dinner with my mom. Because I work weekends. My brother works during the week. I'll be working Thanksgiving. Put in a request. I've put in a request to have the Sunday off, October 8th. Put in a request to have October 8th off because that's going to be Thanksgiving weekend. Does that work? Text work? There isn't really a whole lot of tech stuff going on. It's not really tech. It's work weekends. We'll be working Thanksgiving. Yep. Sucks. Through the last year, I was trying to get there to see her. Last year was Christmas that I couldn't get down to see my mom. I think Thanksgiving, I don't think there was any problems. Not that I can recall. Yeah, still shows as pending. Just wanted to see if it had been approved, rejected, what, but still shows pending. Most Fat Bear Week. Nice. That's right. But yeah, Fat Bear Week. I remember. I've seen that. I've seen that mentioned on Twitter. Hey, bankruptcy. They lived in a farm in Campbellville, Ontario, or Campbellville, Ontario. Okay then. FBW pool here. Hey, Emeralds guys. Fat Bear Week is really wholesome. Mostly on Facebook. Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's all over social media. Twitter is the social media I use. So that's where I saw it talked about. Hey, Arjun. Yeah, Fat Bear Week is very wholesome. Because, like, I don't know, there's a body positivity aspect to it. It's not mocking the bears. It's not mocking the bears for being fat. It's celebrating their fatness. Good on them. Do I play Neopets? No. I did back when I was a kid. Hey, Benna. I did back when I was a teenager. I used to play Neopets when I was a teenager. In the pre-Scientology days. They got an Alaska live stream? Yep, I'd imagine. Who's that? Shit, who's that? Who was that supermodel who was on? Who used to be on Neopets? She was like a moderator. I am not into Scientology. Actually, I might not have been pre-Scientology. That's my opinion on Scientology. They're a cult. Take another. Thank you for 4 months. Take another. Will you say? Will I say? Will I say what you just asked me to say? Yeah, it's back when I was on Scientology. Back when I was on Neopets, it was the early days. So I think it might have been like At the very least, it was before it was known that it was connected with Scientology. I think it might have been like before Scientology really got involved, but taking a look, it does look like Scientology got involved in with Neopets kind of freakishly early, like a lot earlier than I thought. So yeah, by 2000, looks like by 2000, Scientology was I keep saying Neopets made a comeback lately. Well, that's cool. All right. So it looks like Scientology sort of tried to get into Neopets. Like Scientology made a move into Neopets, but the creators did. The people who created it did manage to block it. It looks like. Am I joining? No. I'm playing Neopets, so that make me. It does not MookTube. So what happened is back in 2000, a businessman yes, like back in 2000, like there was the site Neopets got a bunch of investor money. Lost weight since I've seen you. No, I'm still 180. I'm still 180. Hey, number one princess. So yeah, back in like 2000, Neopets got a bunch of investment money to keep it running. Some of the investors ended up being Scientologists, the Church of Scientology. It was managed by Scientology's org board. And after a few months, they found out that the creators of the site found out that about the Scientology connection. Someone did get hired to try to introduce Scientology into Neopets, but the site's creators blocked it. So no Scientology shit ever actually got made it onto the site, despite the cult's best efforts. And then it got bought by Viacom in 2005. Long after I'd stopped playing it. Yeah, so I was on there sort of early. I think right around the same time that Chrissy Teigen, I think, might have been on it. I think I was on Neopets right around the same time as Chrissy Teigen, which is always going to be amusing to me. Not surprisingly, the same age. She was born in 1985 as well, so she's about 10 months younger than I am. Can I say Biggie Smalls 3 times in the mirror? Meh. Yeah, I'm pretty sure that I was on the site at the same time as Chrissy Teigen. Never would have interacted with her because I didn't interact with anybody on the site. I didn't go into the forums or anything like that. But yeah. It's just funny. At least to me, it is. It's the difference between a cult and a religion. I mean, hard to say sometimes. There is definitely overlap, but I feel like 500. Just about Vow, yeah, kinda. You're depressed, take another? Aw. I'm sorry. I think size is a part of it, but not the whole thing, and how much they expect you to pay, I think. Feels like it's kind of a thing, kind of part of it, but not always. Thoughts on the writer's strike ending? I am glad the writers were able to get a deal they were satisfied with. You know, I'm happy for the writers. It seems that they are mostly satisfied with the agreements. Hey, Brooke. Made a rap song about how I'm fat, fatter than everyone else. I should start a religion. I'm not charismatic enough. And actually, that's another thing. Um, Cults tend to be all about sort of that one charismatic figure at the top, or not always necessarily charismatic, but that one figure at the top that everyone sort of pays towards. And who sets all sorts of rules and tends to take advantage of the people who follow him. And it's almost always a him. Women don't seem to start cults. Yeah, there are some cults where like women are in fairly high positions. Rutherford County, North Carolina. There's a cult headed by a woman named Jane. Yeah, I mean, I said, not many. There aren't a lot of cults. There aren't a lot of cults that are headed up by women. A couple here and there. Every once in a while, you get the cult where there's a woman in a very high position of power. But by and large, women cults do tend to be started by guys. A skinny cult. One that had big hair and bad luck flying. In trouble about 10 years ago for illegally shipping Brazilian laborers over the border and making them work for the cult members for no pay. That'll do it. The way down. World of Faith Fellowship. Still going. It's kind of hard to, honestly, it's kind of hard to stamp out cults because, I mean, it's. Once somebody joins a cult, they kind of have to stay part of it their whole life. Otherwise, they have to admit they were wrong, that they got tricked and bamboozled, and people hate admitting that they got tricked into believing something wrong. Tie people up in chairs and walk around in a circle and yell at them to get the demons out. I mean, some people pay good money for that. All right. Yep, that's some big hair. Gwen Shamblin Lara. Her name is Gwen Shamblin Lara. She died 2 years ago. Do I ever tie myself to my chair? Nah. Nah, I'm not into bondage. Jane Whaley, she does look like kind of a bitch. That Jane Whaley just looks like kind of a bitch. Can I try now? No, I'm not into bondage shit. I could try to escape like Houdini. Pass. I don't even care about Houdini. Escape artistry has never really been something that interests me. You know, like of all the magic out there, of all the stage magic out there, escape magic is one of the least interesting to me. Take that hypothetical train for morality with us, or training for morality. Train test for morality? What train test for morality? Do you mean the oh shit, what is it called? Yeah, they hit the lever. Yeah. Man, I'm blanking on what that one's called. There is a name for that one. I'm blanking on it. Anyway, I have absolutely no idea what I would do in that situation. Genuinely no idea what I would do. Suppose I'd wonder why the hell. Suppose I'd wonder why the hell all those people are tied to train tracks and why I'm standing at the switch. Is it the lever or pulley? Lever something, I think. Lever test. Lever question. Do you ever walk on train tracks in an effort to appear rebellious? I do not. The trolley problem. Yes, it's the trolley problem. So trolley problems, but I thought it is a big philosophy thing. No, I was never big into. I was never big into Justin Bieber. Take another. It was never my thing. Yeah, I never walk on train tracks. I don't really go walking very much. I don't really walk very much anyway, and like walking along train tracks, like if I'm like, it just feels like where the hell would I be walking? If I'm walking on the train track, like where am I going when I'm walking on the train tracks? I don't know. It's just odds are there's a road right there with a sidewalk. Have ever been walking after midnight out in the moonlight? Yeah, yeah, of course. Not for a while. I haven't done that for a long time, for a while, but yeah. You've seen him 4 times. Cool, cool. Glad you enjoy his shows. I suspect I don't really hate him the way a lot of people do. I don't really have anything personal against him. It's just no. not someone whose music I enjoy. That box in the closet. It's a comic book box. It's a comic box. Very nice take another. I do like I'm a Believer. I feel like I'm a Believer, Daydream Believer, and Last Train to Clarksville are the best Monkees songs. And, obviously, we're the Monkees. Obviously, that's a classic song as well. Interestingly, Last Train to Clarksville is actually about a young man going off to war. I didn't realize that until I'd read Mickey Dolenz autobiography. One psychedelic type song I thought was their best work. Yeah, it's been a long. I used to actually really like the Monkees. I watched their show, reruns obviously. I watched their show and I bought their CDs. I bought their albums on CD. But that was a long time ago. I even read Mickey Dolenz autobiography. It was interesting. It's where I learned that he actually taught him he learned how to play drums for that show. Davy Jones was the only one who didn't already know how to play guitar. Like all three of the others knew how to play guitar already. Um, but then Mickey got hired to play the drummer, and they wanted to make it sincere. Like they wanted to make it look authentic. Like that was a big thing for them. Obviously the producers didn't give a shit whether it looked authentic or not. The producers, they couldn't have cared less whether any of them could play an instrument at all. They would have been fine with them just sitting there going, just pretending to play. Mickey on the drums could have just been like, they would, and the producers wouldn't have given a shit. So yeah, but so the producers obviously didn't give a shit whether whether it looked authentic when the band was playing their instruments, but the Monkees themselves obviously cared. Hey, Peter. Nah, Dandy never comes around. I haven't seen Dandy in forever. But yeah, the Monkees themselves really wanted, like, they cared. They wanted it to be authentic. They wanted, they were musicians. 3 of the 4 were already legitimate musicians. Davy Jones was the only one who like didn't. At least I'm pretty sure anyway. Pretty sure he didn't know how to play any instruments. Yeah, he didn't know how to play. He didn't play any instruments. And on the show, he didn't play them either. Even the Monkees? No, like that was their singing. Like on the albums, it was it was them singing. Hey, Color Purple. Mystique can only change forms, but why was her DNA used to make Sentinels in that can copy mutant powers? Because the movies didn't. Because it was a movie. The movies don't really care that much. It was just fuck it, why not? Talk about Boney M, the artist of the song Rasputin and Daddy Cool. Okay. Yeah, for the Monkees, like I said, Mickey Dolenz got cast. Dolenz got cast as a drummer, and in order to make it look authentic, he taught himself how to play the drums, just so that like whenever he was on stage, it actually like anyone who did know how to play the drums would be like, oh yeah, he's hitting the right drums, he's doing it right. And like for their first album, the studio just got session musicians to do the instrumentals, even though even though 3 of the 4 Monkees knew how to play the fucking instruments. Like 3 of the 4 could actually record the album, could actually record the music just fine. The second album, they did it themselves. Like probably session musicians for background stuff, but Rah Rah Rasputin, Lover of the Russian Queen. It's a fun song. That is a fun song. I feel like it'd be hard for a Van Boney M was an exotic dancer they hired from overseas to be the front man. Nice. I feel like it'd be hard for a studio to get away with a monkey situation these days. Like hiring actors to play musicians. And like pretending and like having them releasing albums. Like having hiring actors to play musicians and releasing an album, and having the actors go on tour without them knowing how to play the instruments. I feel like it'd be hard to get away with that these days, just because the internet people would be like, they're not hitting the right strings, they're not holding the guitar, they're not. They're not playing it right. Now they hire musicians to be actors. I mean, that's kind of always been a thing. The fact that you went with J-Lo, though, it's like fucking years ago. Has Jennifer Lopez even done a movie in years? Has Jennifer Lopez released music in years? Like, when was the last time Jennifer Lopez did anything? I feel like she's just been kind of enjoying. Yep, just relaxing and enjoying being rich. No, actually, she is still releasing albums, and she is still making movies, and she actually got critical acclaim for playing a stripper in the movie Hustlers. So apparently, Jennifer Lopez actually is a talented actress. You know, obviously, very hugely successful music singer. She's actually doing. She actually does a lot of movies. But I'm just looking at something. Okay. I wanted to. I saw that she. I saw that she did that movie, "Marry Me," and I actually read the comic that movie was based on. I was curious if the. I wanted to check if the male lead was still holding his lady friends sign. Like if it's the still a girl who was holding the was J-Lo in the comic. No, no, the comic version was in the comic. The characters were white. Chili was the worst thing I've ever seen. Worst in the room. But gobble gobble. Like from what I hear, like I feel like Geely is one of those movies where it's almost not really fair to blame Jennifer Lopez. It just seems to have just been like just a poorly made, like just a bad movie. Just on every conceivable level, just everything about it was a terrible idea. Just like bad writing and bad everything. Am I boiling a kettle? No. I didn't hear anything. I'm not sure what noise you were referring to. I didn't hear anything, so. Anywho's. Got a therapy appointment tomorrow. Not totally sure what I'll talk about. Thanks, Moob. Not totally sure what I'll talk about. Not much going on in my life that I can really, that is worth talking about. I'm talking about the stamp collecting. Or my undying love of banging your mom. I didn't hate Julie. I thought it was pretty good. I was looking at the Wikipedia article, and there were a few reviewers who did think that it was not terrible. Like the best reviews of it do seem to be, it's not terrible. Ebert gave it 2.5 stars. Am I losing weight? Nah, I seem to have plateaued. I'm still right around 180. Weighed myself a day or two ago, and yeah, 180. So I do seem to have just like. It's comedy. All comedy is terrible. I mean, it's a romantic comedy. And romantic comedies, by and large, do tend to be, pretty formulaic. Do I have a hammer? I actually don't. Romantic comedies, they tend to just be, even a good romantic comedy is, it's fine. There's no surprises. There's nothing unexpected. It plays out pretty much exactly how one would expect. too cliche and done for me. Yeah, I mean they are very cliche. Or most romantic comedies are very much cliches. They hit the beats they need to hit in the order that they need to be hit. They're not doing anything surprising. You're not going to be faced with the unexpected in most romantic comedies. There are a few that are good. There are a few that are actually genuinely great. Like every once in a while, you find a romantic comedy that is genuinely a great movie. What if I need to enter a hammer throwing contest? I mean, I guess I could hit a Canadian Tiger. What great rom-coms have I seen? I mean, Four Weddings and a Funeral is a classic. Four Weddings and a Funeral is genuinely a classic. Um, what was that? What was that one with Steve Carell and Ryan Gosling? That one was good. Aside from like right at the end when like the young boy declares his undying love for this 18-year-old babysitter who, you know, kind of seems to encourage him at that point, which was just weird and creepy and uncomfortable. But other than that moment, that movie was actually like really fun. Yes, Crazy Stupid Love. I really liked Crazy Stupid Love. Hey, Patty. There's elements about it that are contrived. Like, there's definitely some contrivances which were necessary for the plot, but I thought it was fun. Everyone in it was really charming. I'm okay, Patty. Thanks. But yeah, I thought like everyone in it was really charming. Um, the relationship between Gosling and that other girl was like really was cute and sweet. You know, like it's Ryan Gosling's character. When you first meet him, he seems like a just a womanizing douchebag, but he is like also like a really nice guy because he meets this woman who's clearly drunk and really upset and in a really bad headspace, and rather than just banging and dumping her, he tries to show her a genuinely good time outside, and it's fun. And then I don't know. I just thought it was a really. I did think that it was a really charming movie. What are some other romantic comedies that I've actually watched? Trying to think of other romantic comedies that I've watched. Does The Birdcage count as a romantic comedy? That looks like it's classed as just a comedy. Is La La Land a romantic comedy? No idea. I've never watched that one. Not liking Ryan and Emma Stone's relationship. I thought they had good chemistry. Um, they had good chemistry, and like they is. I thought I liked it. Hey, Oregon. But I mean, you didn't like that's fair. Absolutely fair, cornbread. I'm trying to think of any other romantic comedies that I've watched. I know I have seen others, but I just can't think of any. Iconic. It's not really a genre that I'm. It's just not really a genre that I really ever bothered to invest in. I haven't watched all that many romantic comedies. Adam Sandler. So that's true. Adam Sandler. Is Twilight a rom com? It is not, because it's not intentionally a comedy. Water came. The water came from a tap. But yeah, that's true. The Wedding Singer is definitely a romantic comedy, and yeah, The Wedding Singer is a good one. The one thing I will say is Drew Barrymore's friend in that movie, the character who played like the character who is Drew Barrymore's character's friend. She is less a character than she is a plot device. That character is way too much of a plot device, and it ends up being a bit heavy handed with her at times. Because like she tells Sandler and Barrymore's characters to kiss. She builds up Drew Barrymore's character's jealousy by hitting on Sandler's character. And the morning after that, she asks Drew Barrymore's character why she's with her fiance. I don't know. It's they just turn that character into a plot. Like they just use that character as a way to advance the plot more than anything else. It's she was used for lazy writing. I think that's what sort of bugs me about the character. There was the writers got lazy, so just used her whenever they needed to for advancement by just having her say what needs to be said to advance the plot. Yeah. I don't know. Yeah, I'm blanking on any other romantic comedies. like that I've watched. Any other romantic comedies that I've watched. Yeah, obviously there's a lot out there that I know of, but ones that I've watched, just like I said, never really been a genre that I was interested in. More straight comedy. Yeah, just more comedy than romantic comedy. The most comedies had romantic elements to them anyway. How to Lose a Guy in 10 Days? Yeah, I never watched that one. Edward Scissorhands? I mean, I loved Edward Scissorhands. That's not a romantic comedy. I did love that movie when I was a kid. Movie night on stream and watch rom-coms. I think that'd be against the terms. I don't think I'd be able to stream movies on here, except for ones that are in public domain, which is not a lot of not a lot of notable movies that are in public domain. Pretty much just black and white shit at that point. "13 Going on 30." Yeah, I never watched that one. That one's Lizzie Lohan, right? I never watched any. I don't think I ever watched anything that Lohan did. Because that's girl stuff. I don't want to watch girl stuff. I love that internalized misogyny as a kid. Jennifer Garner? This Garner? Yeah. No, either way. I don't think I watched any Jennifer Garner shit either. Oh, I'm thinking Freaky Friday. I think I might be thinking of Freaky Friday was the Lohan movie that I was thinking of. How would you throw a hammer if you had scissors for hands? I don't know. Like this, I suppose. Just pick it up like this and. Throw it pretty poorly, I'd imagine. Anywho, been an hour, so I'm gonna get going. Gonna end it for tonight. Are you laughing because my? Are you laughing because of the way I tried to mime it out, Brooke? Because of my charades attempt there. Anyway, yeah. Gonna end the stream here for tonight. I'll be on tomorrow. I will be on tomorrow and then Thursday. Thursday at long last. Hey, Pandu. At long last on Thursday. I'm pretty sure we will. fucking end. We will finish Our Life. I don't care if it's a fucking 4-hour stream. We're gonna finish Our Life on Thursday. Like, I have no idea how much is left. It's just the ceremony and then the reception. So I don't know like how long all that's gonna go. But we're gonna finish the fucking thing. I don't care anymore. We're finishing it on Thursday. And then we can start another game. Finally. Anyway, yeah. So thanks for watching. And see you tomorrow. Yeah, about 15 years at this point. Yeah. See you all tomorrow. Good night, everybody.